Hey there, it is day 124, as in 124 of life according to YoBo. Whew. The journey continues. The journey toward greatness, the journey toward purpose. If you're one of those people who said, I still don't know my purpose, honey child, you just bumped on the right video, because we're talking about bad breaks, setbacks, mishaps, and how they all work together to push you into the reason you were born into this earth. Honey, you ain't here just to be here. Hold on a minute, let me stop carrying Clark. You ain't like a fly. You know how a fly buzz around today, and then tomorrow they're dead in the windowsill? Baby, you got purpose on your life. You came here to do something. It's up to you to start doing it. That's why we're in this series on bad breaks, setbacks, mishaps. Let me tell you, I had to laugh at myself while I was preparing to do this message. If somebody would have told me 15 years ago, YoBo, in 2015, you're going to be doing a series of messages on bad breaks, setbacks, and mishaps, and how they all work together to make you a better person. I'd have said use a lie. Well, I wouldn't have said it that nicely. I probably would have said a little cuss word in there, but it would have meant the same thing. Use a lie. How in the, I almost cussed in. How in the world do bad breaks, setbacks, and mishaps work in our favor? They always do, even with the worst thing. Even with the worst thing. I didn't say it had to be a good thing. I said it's going to work in your favor, because you'll walk away with the valuable lesson. You know what not to do next time. You maybe know what things to protect your children from. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Okay, let's get back into today's message, day 124. Talking about somebody else with bad breaks, setbacks, mishaps. Most of these stories come straight out the Bible. Genesis chapter 37, verse 5. I gave this one a title, and it is called Make It Do What It Do. We're talking about Joseph. From Genesis 37, as I said, if you went to Sunday school like I did every Sunday, you may recall the story of Joseph having a dream. If you didn't go to Sunday school, let me tell you what happened. He was a dreamer. He had a dream. He had 11 brothers. He told his brothers the dream, and they hated him because of his dream and because of the meaning. And their anger caused them to sell their own brother into slavery. So you think you got it bad with your family, honey? Let me tell you what happened to Joseph. First, they threw him in the pit. They weren't going to kill him. Then they threw him in the pit. Then they decided to sell him. So he then goes from Canaan into a land called Egypt. He is bought by a man named Potiphar. But Potiphar's wife, she was a little young tender. And Joseph, the Bible said he was a good-looking man. So Potiphar's wife see this young tender in the house every day while her husband was gone. She couldn't keep her eyeballs off of him. I talk about her in my book, The Silly Women of the Bible. And that chapter is dedicated to the church hoes. So we're going to get on that later. So y'all think church hoes is something new? Oh no, baby. The first book of the Bible. There we have a church hoe. Honey, silly Mrs. Potiphar. Well, when Joseph wouldn't give in to her demands, she had him arrested and thrown in jail. So there he was in jail. Guess what he was doing in jail? Interpreting dreams. Dreaming and interpreting dreams. There was a cupbearer and a baker. They had been thrown into jail by the king. When they had a dream one night, didn't know what it meant, Joseph interpreted their dream. One of them was released from jail. The other one was killed. And when he was released, Joseph said, don't forget about me, homie, okay? Remember, I'm in here. Well, 2 years later, the man had forgotten all about Joseph. This time, Pharaoh had a dream. And Pharaoh was a bit troubled because he didn't know the meaning of his dream. Suddenly, the cupbearer remembered, oh yeah, there's this dude in the prison. Every time we had a dream and we didn't know the meaning, he would always interpret the dream. He said, sure enough, one day we dreamt that I would be released from prison and the other one would be killed. And things turned out exactly as he had interpreted. So Pharaoh sent for Joseph because he wanted Joseph to interpret his dream too. Now remember, I told y'all about overnight success. Joseph was in prison, I think about 17, 20 years. That's how you become an overnight success. Take you about 20 years to get there. But Joseph went to sleep one night in the prison, and the next night he went to sleep in the palace. I already told you, as a young boy, he was interpreting dreams. When he was betrayed by his brother, he kept on interpreting dreams. That's where a whole lot of people go astray. They want to attach a price tag to their gift. Eventually, your gift will make room for you, but don't let that be the ultimate goal. The goal is to use your gift. I know people right now, who refuse to use their gift unless somebody's writing them a check. You sure ain't gonna get no preacher to preach unless they get a check, honey. You gonna die and go to... I told y'all preachers need to quit lying and saying there is a hell. You lying. You don't believe that. Because if you really believe that there was a place of eternal torment where people would be for eternity, honey, you'd be running around telling everybody who would listen. But no, child. Honey, please, you might find 5 preachers who would preach for free. Other than that, shoot, they ain't gonna preach, baby. They got a price tag attached to their sermon. But on the one hand, I ain't mad, because I know people, especially black folks. And honey, folks will pimp you to no end. Won't give you $20. No, you drove all the way across town. Can't say, here, girl, here, $10 for gas. Thank you for coming by and singing. So on the one hand, I can't talk about the preachers too bad because I know folks. And I know church folks. And see that right there? I sure know them kind of people. Oh, get back to my message because I don't want to get sidetracked. I'm starting with a question. Let me see what I say. If I talked about folks pimping you, won't hum a bar to a song, won't empty a trash can, won't braid a strand of hair, but they settle on that price. But not old Joseph. What if Joseph had stayed in the corner of the prison, mad at the world, and singing the Everybody Done Me Wrong song? And everybody did do him wrong. His brothers dogged him out. What if Joseph refused to get over it? See, some of y'all right now, you still tripping on something that happened 20 years ago. Oh, YoBo, you just don't know my family. You don't know what they did to me. YoBo, you don't know what I've been through. Shut up. Just go on and do what you do. Look what Joseph did. He was in the prison interpreting dreams. He wasn't tripping on his brothers. He wasn't running around with his face long, depressed all the time. Y'all just don't know. I shouldn't have been here. He told me he was going to remember me when he went back to the palace. He done forgot all about me. No. Had Joseph been in the corner sulking, he would have missed his opportunity to cross paths with the cupbearer, the same man who would eventually mention Joseph's name to the king. Honey, I'm going to stop right there, but you come back on part 2. Part 2 on tomorrow. We're going to finish this whole thing on making it do what you do. And we're going to show you. Next thing, YoBo, it's just getting good. Why you leave it off here? Because I want you to think about this. I want you to think about making it do what it do. I want you to think about Joseph. I want you to think about how he refused to allow bad breaks, setbacks, and mishaps to stop him from using his gift. Woo! Woo, glory. Ooh, I'm about to make my own self happy. I'm telling you, you got to keep moving forward. Whoa, you got to keep listening to the Clark sisters sing too. You got to make it do what it do. All right. Y'all go to YoBoProductions.com. Order a copy of my book. It's only $5, okay? If you can't pay $5 for a book, shame on you. Y'all go ahead on the order, okay? If you don't have $5, hit me up, inbox me, and I'll send one to you, okay? All right, because I believe in this. I want you to have it. All right, see y'all later. Come back tomorrow, day 125. We're going to finish talking about Joseph. All righty, bye-bye.